No, I am not dying. I just had to work late, so I figured I would stream to make it less boring for me. Too early to ask for Bud? He was actually here just a few minutes ago, but I think he went back to the he went into the corner. He's sleeping on like a pile of packing materials in the basement. It's like his favorite secret spot. So I'm going to try to build a controller using spare controllers. Hashtag saving money or something? I also have to try to get the, have to print one of these. Not that. One of these. I did some of these out of Ninja Flex, but I don't know. So I'm actually firing up the old MakerBot because I use that for TPU. What do we got in here? That's the 2020 model. What's wrong with it? Did someone send it back? Looks like they definitely used it. It's got the requisite Cheeto dust. I don't know. It looks pretty intact. And this is a 2013. Pregnant? Yeah, I'm pregnant, obviously. I'm gonna go eat some plaster. The computer I had the MakerBot hooked up to blue screen. I think that computer isn't very long for this world. Oh, that's been some clean shape. And the computer's newer than the MakerBot, but it's dying. Oh, here's some flex circuit board, but we need to build a left-handed controller. Must be older than most YouTube viewers. Even it's older than most YouTube YouTube creators. This is a 2020. I can't remember the story with this one. Like I think they wanted like a custom D-pad, but then for some reason I don't think the person was able to use it. Oh yeah, their hands were too small. That's what it was. The returns of people who aren't able to use these is not, it's pretty low, but it does happen. Choppy audio, shoot. I did lower the settings on this a bit because I'm running on this old laptop. Oh, let's see here. Okay, so this looks like everything's here. Okay. Alright, so we need... Oh, are we going to be able to find any of these? You don't have the analog stick scavenged? It's like Tatanka on the prairie. They took their tusks. Oh, this is an older one. It was before I had circuit boards in there. Oh, okay, it's got, oh yeah, oh, well, this one's really old. This one's got a through-hole Hall effects. here's one. This, I mean, this looks like it would work. Let's, yeah, I had to start crunch mode on Pinball this week, so extra Pinball hours. Now this evening I'm doing this. I guess there's a pretty obvious white line there. That must be I'll just set this aside for now. Yeah, this, well, I'm a 2015 original model Microsoft Surface Book. It was once the crowning jewel of all computers, and now it's an old turd. You know, it's like in the movie where like the fancy robot was all fancy, and now he's like, now I'm obsolete, and then Lance Henriksen explodes or something. It's one of those kind of things. All right, powering up the stuff. No, I had so many YouTube videos that. A lot of projects that I'd started but I hadn't finished for whatever reason. I'm actually working on another one right now. The Switch single-handed controller, just in time for the Switch 2. Well, the Switch 2, I don't know. I think Japan's or Nintendo's waiting for the yen to recover. I think that's what's really going on with that. But yeah. Yeah, so this weekend. Well, as I'm sure most of you know, I live in Wisconsin, so there's certain times of the year where there aren't really any chores, household chores to do, because I have a house, you know, so it's like the grass isn't growing very fast this time of year, and the leaves, well, they just started to fall, so yeah, there's like less chores. Winter's like that too, like as long as it's not actually snowing, there are really no outdoor chores in the winter versus like having to mow your lawn every week. So that's kind of cool. And I actually don't mind using the snowblower because all you gotta do is just start it up and then hold two levers and walk around. Yeah, it's not like I'm from Wisconsin. The cold isn't a big deal to me at all. Choppy bend better than no bend. Yeah. The Christmas. Yeah, I'll still do a charity stream at Christmas. Although I need to figure out a way to do like direct donations, you know, so the charity gets all the money instead of a giant corporation getting 30% of it. Although, oh man, St. Jude is so scammy. Like, you write them a check for like $1,200, and oh my, I probably get a spam letter from them once a month. They work Ford dealership. I mean, I guess it's more altruistic than Ford, but it's like, Jiminy Christmas, calm down. Yeah, I wonder what is. Well, it's a core controller, which means it's the model that came out with the Xbox Series X. So this controller isn't. At most, it's 4 years old. What am I missing? Why does it suck? What's your favorite controller? Oh, I like this one quite a bit. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I can't really comment on that controller. I bought a couple of them to experiment with for like, well, doing this kind of work, but Sony changes everything constantly. So unfortunately I can't lock it down. This one looks pretty complete. Is this a lefty? No, it's a righty, okay. Yeah, I could make it work. I could switch the sticks around. Oh yeah, this one is before I had my PCBs these guys. I tried to add whatever I could. So I like changed the surface of the through hole, Hall effects, and I made like adapters so I could reuse the sensors. Then added these flat flex PCBs for the front buttons. Like anything I could do to make it faster, and therefore I didn't have to raise the price. I could just keep it the same price. So these controllers are equally as overpriced as they were in 2019. Yeah, this is the 2020 model because it's got the 2 antenna wires. Everybody needs one of these. Oh yeah. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Yeah, I might have to grab another one of these rear circuit boards. I think I can make it work. But yeah, so I pretty much had all weekend. I didn't have to do anything. Like, you know, I could just do whatever I wanted. So I was like, I'm gonna work on my YouTube backlog. So I just went through on 2 different hard drives, like all the files. It's like, okay, which one of these projects could I at least finish the video, even if it's a fail? And I'm like, okay. And mostly for me, it's like OCD, where it's like I just want to I want to get the folders off of my big computer and then archive them to my server. Like my big computer upstairs, my RAID 0, I flew too close to the sun for too long, and I finally got my wings clipped. But thankfully, I didn't lose anything important. I did lose one project I was working on because because I think I had like some stuff on the desktop, but it's not like actually work related. So yeah, it just means that I only lost some of it. The only thing I actually okay, maybe some of you have noticed, like there's certain I can't remember what program it was. It was either Arduino or like some other IDE. Some IDEs do not to run programs off of a network, so I think I had some of the stuff on my desktop, and then I also had a few Visual Studio things because by default Visual Studio goes into like your name, documents, blah blah blah. Most of that stuff is backed up, so then I realized I had like 2 or 3 different copies of all my documents folder. But anyway, all the editing stuff was on a separate SSD and a spinner. All the footage, and it was all safe. So I rebuilt a new computer. I was hoping I could wait 1 more year before having to build a Windows 11 computer, but well, that's what I get. But anyway, I was like, I need to either finish these videos or just erase the footage because the whatever project's not ever going to happen. So yeah, I also started on my Last Jedi video on Saturday, I think. Yes. So yeah, it was a pretty relaxing weekend. Right before crunch. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. Only every so often I'll turn over and look at it. I guess I need speech to hack. Bud is fine. Bud actually had a emergency a while back. He had a crystalline urine blockage. I had to take him to the cat vet ER or whatever. Now he has to eat very expensive urine food that you need a prescription for. It was so annoying. The vet's like, she comes out and she's like, she gives me like this apprehensive bedside manner. She's like, well, you know, your cat's gonna have to eat this for the rest of its life. Here's a prescription for 1 order of it. And it's like, oh gee, thanks. But I went back there and they're like, oh, okay, we'll give you a prescription for a whole year. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it works with the doctors, the human doctors. So. But he's fully recovered now. He's back to his normal annoying self. And he got his balls shaved too, so he can go on Tinder. Because he had a catheter in him for 2 days. A catheter. I'll be here all week, try the veal. Separate screwdriver size. I am working on a Menards project too. I was doing some rate stuff this summer, and I realized that even if you find a new old stock bulb for those 1970s projectors, the bulbs only last 15 hours. So I've been working on an LED replacement, but of course I had to do it with like a Menards flashlight LED, like a 2500 lumen one. I just had to build a driver for it. Okay, so this is a righty. So yeah, so it's got this coming from the front D-pad, which I'm going to rebuild. So I think, well, yeah, so I need, well, of course, the other board that I have is configured for a righty as well. Of course it is. It's like canned. It's like Purina Pro Plan dietary food. It's like UR, so it's like urine food, and it's in a can. But the biggest thing that bugs me is, I mean, they gave me a prescription for urinary dry food, but they also said dry food could be the problem. So for me, I can't use this automatic feeder anymore. So of course I'm thinking of like, well, they make wet automatic feeders, but it's really just this rotisserie thing, and you dump the food in it ahead of time, and then it's got like a refrigerator in it because it's canned food. So as soon as you open the can, the bacteria can start to grow. Yeah, because I do a lot of 3-day trips, and with the auto feeder, I mean, I can easily leave Bud all by himself for 3 days, and it's fine. I mean, he's whiny when I get back, but yeah, 3 days is, that would be, what would that be? That would be 3 point, can't think one. 3 days would be 4.5 cans of food. So even that kind of is pushing, like a lot of those auto wet feeders are just like 3 compartment. So obviously he needs a Doc Brown device. I don't know if Mr. Plinkett's ever going to get his VCR fixed. Okay, so I want to use this front. Okay, so I just printed up a whole bunch of these the other day on the, what is it, the Ender 3 V3E. It's like Microsoft named it. It's like the new, like, $300 Ender. But it's a bed slinger, but I really like it. It's a pretty solid printer. I usually like give away at least one printer a year. I always take one to VCL, give it to somebody, and then I'll give another one to maybe someone in real life. And so I was looking. There's a guy I knew who wanted an extra printer because he accosted me at MGC. He's like, "How many printers do you have, Ben?" And I couldn't quite remember. And then we were talking about it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't don't know how it came up, but I was like, hey, you know what? If you want to spare one, and I was like, okay, remind me. I'll bring one to Chicago Pinball Expo, which is next week. So anyway, so what I do is I go through it. I'm like, okay, which one of these printers is my least favorite? Now, some of them will never go away. It'll never, like the MakerBot. Actually, oh yeah, the MakerBot. The MakerBot I'll take to the grave. I'm gonna give him the Creality K1, which is like Creality's version of the Bamboo. Well, the first Bamboo. They got like new ones now. Yeah, this is a nice looking print. Oh! Use the force. Thought it was there. There it is. There's the bastard. Screw it and glue it. 90% of the time, it works 100% of the time. And we need one of these. I did a teardown of an Xbox adaptive controller many years ago when it first came out. I think I gave it away at a show. I can't remember. It's around here someplace. Sony has one now too. Sony made like one with like cubes or something, or oh wait, I already have one of these. Oh, never mind. I already wired this up the other day, or the last time I did this, or whenever it was. Oh yeah. Oh great, now my fingers are covered with glue. Do you play any newer games? Yeah, I still play. I play Call of Duty Warzone on PC. Usually like at least once a week with a buddy of mine. I find like, I don't know if it's my age or if it's the games, but I'm really tired of like 30 to 40 hour long games where I have to like collect 100 flowers and then climb up a tower and stuff. I don't know, maybe it was like when I played the second Horizon Zero Dawn and I was like, I just do not like this, and because I friggin' love the first one. I don't know, maybe that made me disenfranchised. Horizon Zero Dawn was like the most Ubisoft game ever not made by Ubisoft. Oh, I'm sorry, Ubisoft. Okay, so this one has the two, or one analog. So if it's a lefty, that means I need to remove this one and put it over there, and then I need to find another one. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this guy is... Well, but it does have an analog stick in there. That's like precious gold! No, this one might be better because it was used for the left. Oh, does this have the... No, this probably doesn't have the new circuit board. It's probably the old one. Or is it? Eh, we'll find out. Let you go over there. It's the Swain Puke Cam. Everyone's favorite. Happy little clouds. Happy little clouds. I don't have any beer tonight. Oh heavens, what will I do? Blah 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 blah. Second. Okay. Oh no, this is okay. This one is an older one. I had circuit boards. Okay. Well, it's already pre-tinned for a lefty, so this will technically save me a few seconds. What's that going to save us? Like a few seconds? Well, that might be just what we need. Well, I friggin' loved the first Horizon Zero Dawn. That was probably my favorite game of the last generation. Not just because it started Ginger. I really loved how it told the story kind of backwards. You know, because it was a variant of Grey Goo Apocalypse. But I just thought the story was so cool where, you know, there's like an AI and the only way to break the encryption, they can't break the encryption in time, so they have to account for the destruction of the human race. And I thought that was an interesting story. I mean, yes, I'm sure the whole thing was reverse engineered from let's make a game with robot dinosaurs, and then they figured out how to make the plot work from there. But yeah, like just learning the plot was so cool. Yeah, in it. Awesome. Now he's dead. Yeah, I loved it. Alright, so this part will work. Okay, yeah, so the sticker was removed, so this was the lefty. Blah, 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 blah. So we need a frame. See, I'm just like Aloy. I'm making something out of robot dinosaur parts. La 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 la. Aloy. Yes, we're going to name our main character Aloy. Are you sure? Yeah, no, why? Oh, this, I don't know. We see, and if she was male, she would have been named Alloy. Ha 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 ha. Diablo 4. I'm not a Diablo player, sorry. Never got into that. There we go. Oh, no. Okay, this is, Alright, so we're gonna need that and that. Don't jerk. There we go. Admiral Kirk. I used to leave jig some of this stuff. Now I just eyeball it because I've done it so many times. The left flex, yeah. This is just like one of those YouTube channels where it's like McDonald's employee makes 500 hamburgers for drive-through. Oh, actually, I'm here. Where is it? What? Oh, that confused me. I saw my hands in 2 different places. Well, I guess 3 different places. So I can see them in real life. Why do I keep grabbing that wrong one? Okay, MakerBot's doing good. Of course it is. It's a baggins! And this goes like that, I guess. Alright, yes. Probably going to take me longer to build this out of random parts than it would be to just build it with a new one. That happens a lot. Like, people send me one to fix, and sometimes it's like, oh man, I could have just rebuilt one faster. Oh well. Oh, right. No, not those. Wait, no. Yes, those, okay. This is like one of those McDonald's videos. Oh, man, there's a rush at the drive-thru. Ah. My measuring wasn't quite precise enough. It was close. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I used to wire by hand, but then I was like, if I spend the money on PCBs, I'll save a lot of time overall. And that's what I did. It's like, most of the cost of this is labor. I think I charge $75 an hour, which is like the lowest I can really go. Well, it's the lowest I should go. Hey, my stepdad was self-employed, and I learned a lot about what not to do when you're self-employed. Yeah, you have to be somewhat evil capitalist. La-di-da. Now, see, if I would get these pre-stuffed, that would save even more time, but getting boards stuffed is quite a bit more money. Oh, come on. La-da-da-da-da. La-da-da. That was a little brutish. Brutish, not brutish. Yeah, Mr. Mega Man fan, I totally agree. It wasn't just fast and cheap, it was also good. I don't think I'm gaslighting myself. Like, the quality of McDonald's, like back in the 90s, it was so much juicier. Oh, and I freaking love the Arch Deluxe. Like, if I had a time machine, I would go back to 1998, buy Apple stock, and then get an Arch Deluxe. Were they still out in 88? Like, every so often you win, like, the fry lottery if you go to McDonald's. It's like, if their food was always fresh, I bet they would do a lot better. Because I've seen articles where it's like, Americans want healthier choices. That's BS. If that were true, Chick-fil-A and Culvers would be like making tons of money. The problem with McDonald's is that it's just not. Well, the thing is, if it's going to be expensive, like Culvers, it needs to at least be good, but it isn't. So it's lose, lose, lose. The one here used to have this really good deal. It was for $2, you could get a hash brown and a sausage biscuit. Just a sausage biscuit, no egg or cheese or anything, but that was enough for me. For $2, and that was up until... Oh, I want to say they had that. They had, believe it or not, they had that up until like 2023. Then it jumped to $2.50, which is still a great deal. Then like, probably about a year ago or earlier this year, they took it off the menu. It's like, oh darn it, because that was like a secret great deal. $2, and because then you'd look at the rest of the menu and it would be like, oh, your sausage, egg biscuit and coffee is like $6.50. So it's like, oh, what? So I'm paying like $4 for a piece of cheese and a coffee? Yeah, right. Alas, that deal has been lost like tears in rain. Oh yeah, Hardees was really good too. The Hardees here in Madison finally succumbed. I would say probably like at sometime this year it closed and it turned into a... Oh, I can't remember it. I remember noticing the last time I went to the dentist because I had to pass by where that was, and that was on the northeast side of Madison by Easttown Mall. It turned... Actually, I want to say it turned into like a Raising Cane's or something. No, wait, do they even... I don't think they have those in Wisconsin. You know what? Actually, on Friday, I got to go get this crown installed. I will make sure I look over at it. So I have my first digitally scanned crown, like, well, whenever it was. And it failed. It didn't fit. And they're like, oh, you're just too much of a bleeder. The blood messed up the reflection. And I'm like, yeah. But I couldn't help thinking in the back of mind, if I was a boomer, I would have been like, dumb computers. No, that's why you never use a computer. Blah, blah, blah. So they actually had to redo it. So I had to go back in for 2 more appointments, which is like, ugh. And then they just used the old school mold. Anyway, when I drive that way, on Friday I will have to gander over and look at what the Hardees became. Oh yeah, Hardees used to have like those... Hardees had really good sausage, or like biscuits for breakfast, like really fluffy, airy biscuits. And then they had like those potato discs, like those they're like the diameter of a quarter, and they're probably like a 1/4 inch thick. Should have called them a quarter. Yeah, those were good. When I was a graphic artist, I always, whenever we did stuff on the road, we'd always stop at Hardees on the way out and get, you know, the breakfast, because this would have been like first thing in the morning. Yeah, Hardees was good. Oh, White Castle, yeah. Yeah, Super Friend, apparently like places like Applebee's and Chili's are having a resurgence because the cost of fast food is not that much cheaper now than just a sit-down restaurant. I kind of wonder if maybe the employees being tipped creates less wage inflation on the employees. And that's why, you know, McDonald's goes up in price 50%, but Red Robin only goes up like 25%. Because I can still go to the Red Robin down the road here and get like you know, you can get like a burger and fries and like a soda, and it's probably like $18. So with a tip, you're probably at like, what, 22, 23. But again, like, you can get that good food, and it's, you know, it's not, yeah, the delta between that and McDonald's is a lot smaller than it used to be. All right, so we're going to attach this wire. So this is something else that could probably be pre-built. But the thing is, okay, if it takes labor to do this, but I'm also paying myself to do the labor, so I guess the point is, like, if you could make it, if the labor was faster, you would also want to make the product cheaper because you're deferring that labor to someplace else. But then that labor isn't going to my pocket, it's going to like PCB Waste's pocket. Or profit, I should say. Like, if I'm not, like, trying to cobble these together while telling rambling stories about Hardees, like, if I, like, just put my chin down, I can do one of these probably in about 2 hours, I think. Actually, if you build two at once, it's, well, it's not faster, but it's not well, it is faster, yeah, because you could build two in a lot less than 4 hours. Okay, the face buttons. Is everyone still talking about fast food? Yep. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse is pretty good too. My favorite steak place to go to is in Texas. It's Taste of Texas on the north side of Houston. Every time I'm down there, I always go there. It's a great place. Yeah, I always get the fillet, and it comes out on this like cow-shaped metal plate. It's like blazing hot. You can even select the steak if you want, and it's not. Oh God, when was the last time I was there? Oh, I haven't been there since the super inflation. So like. I think 2010 was the last time I was there. Oh, I'm sorry, 2020. You know, you're probably looking at like $50, $55 for a steak, but it's a really good place. It's definitely worth it. Oh no, Texas Roadhouse is definitely better than Outback Steakhouse any day of the week. Because Texas Roadhouse has those buns, those like cinnamony buns. It's just like Olive Garden. That's all they really need. They don't even need to sell the food. Just in time. It's like the Battlestar Galactica of printers. Just keep light into the sun. Yeah, Eric, the problem with Culver's cheese curds, and always kind of like bugs me when like tourists say, "Oh, I had cheese curds once at Culver's," is they're like Cisco industrial food cheese curds. They use a breadcrumb coating, and the reason to do that, and it's overly thick, is because when you're frying things, you do not want cheese to get into the fry grease because it will make the grease really dirty. You don't want cheese to get into the grease. So they put an overly thick coating of breadcrumbs on it so that doesn't happen. Versus like beer battered cheese curd, which is the proper way to do it, where there's always cheese leaking out the side. That's the best way to get cheese curds. I mean, the Culver's ones are all right, but they're not proper cheese curds. Because I worked at a restaurant a million years ago when I was in high school, and like making cheese curds is kind of a pain in the butt. So it's like, oh God, I gotta make some cheese curds. because you gotta like get your hands all gooey to do it. Yeah, so obviously that's why Culvers just wants to have, and they're frozen too, so the string or the cheese is not as elastic because the science or something, I don't know. Probably has something to do with polymers. Or, oh, I'm sorry, protein chains. Whatever it is. I would say the best best cheese curds in Madison would probably be the Old Fashioned down on the Capitol Square. That's a pretty good place. Great Dane has some pretty decent cheese curds too. We used to take out-of-towners there when we were doing the show because they're always like, "Oh, cheese curds." And Great second shop, Great Dane was probably only about 2 miles away from it, so it's a pretty good place to go. Although, I don't know, probably like 5 years ago they changed up their food and I don't go there very often. I was talking to a guy at the bar the other day and he was saying the same thing. He's like, yeah, their food kind of sucks now. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not just me. I don't know, whatever the chains would be called would... I don't know, I'm not a food scientist. Whatever causes cheese to be stringy, when you freeze it, you lose that. So when you take a frozen cheese curd that's been cooked, you can't stretch it apart very far. I don't know what the scientific term for that is, but it's because it's been frozen. Whereas again, if you make real cheese curds, you take, well, not room temperature, but you take unfrozen curds and you beer batter them. I should just make a podcast about cheese curds. Dairy Queen used to have cheese curds? Huh. You know, last time I was... When was I in my hometown? Oh, it was, oh, God. Was it July or August? My uncle, who is a scientist, his wedding, 50-year wedding anniversary, and when I was driving into town, I noticed the Dairy Queen had closed, and it had become like a taco restaurant or something. I remember we got that. Well, I'm from Richland Center, Wisconsin, and the first. Oh, great! Now you can dox me. We actually had the first Culvers franchise restaurant in Richland Center in like 1988, I want to say, and then it closed. The building's still there. It's like a insurance office now or something. Yeah, it only lasted a couple years. I can't remember why. And then it was like another 10 years before Culvers came back to Richland Center. Which is kind of weird because, yeah, they were the first franchise location. The first one, of course, was in Sauk City. Although the original Culvers building, they tore it down and then they built a mega Culvers. They built a mega Culvers behind where it was. See, the first Culvers that Craig Culver bought, it was a closed A&W restaurant, and that's why the Culvers logo is an oval, because he made his sign fit in the old A&W sign. Fun fact. I can't stick my face in these as close as I usually can because there's a camera. That should work. Define Mega Culvers? Well, it's the biggest Culvers in America. The one that's in Sauk City. Yeah, they tore down. They tried to keep the original building. I want to say they built Mega Culvers in like 1999, and they tried to keep the original building, but the original building was filled like rock or something. It was basically unsalvageable, so they tore it down. And where the building was, that's where they put the parking lot for the Mega Culvers, and then the Mega Culvers is behind the parking lot, which would be the south side, I believe. I do not know how I remember that. I mean, you could look it up on Google Earth, I'm sure, or Google Maps or whatever it's called. It's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, and it's on the southwest side of the city, right next to the Wisconsin River, just south of Prairie du Sac. Now, Culver's corporate is in Prairie du Sac, not Sauk City, but the two are basically connected to each other. And they have a Culver's airport and a Culver's high school. Wisconsin fast food reviews? Well, what else is there besides like maybe Kopp's custard, which only has 3 locations, but it actually is better custard than Culver's, don't tell anyone. I mean, do we even have that much other? I think Culver's is pretty much it, isn't it? Unless there's something I've seen. Review bra. Yeah. Except I trim my nails. Oh, you know, I like Review Bra, but when I watch him, I'm like, dude, your food, it must be getting cold. Just eat it already. Like, I wonder, like, you think about it, like, you get a crappy sandwich from, like, McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever, and then you sit there and you talk about it for 30 minutes. After you've driven home, like, that probably, well, not probably, that would have a negative effect on the quality. I don't know. I guess we have Michael's frozen custard here in Madison, but crap, I think there's only like 1 or 2 of those left. Actually, there's one just up the road from me here. You know what? Actually, I just thought of one. And it's weird because I was thinking about it earlier today, because I guess we've gotten to the point in the economy where I get a coupon in the mail and I'm like, oh, or maybe it's age. Rocky Rococos. That's definitely I think that is a Wisconsin-based thing. But they'd always have like these. It's like I would say it's Detroit-style pizza. It's not exactly Detroit-style pizza, but it's kind of Detroit-style pizza. And then you go there and you could get like a piece of pizza, and it would be like this rectangular piece of pizza. So it's a rectangle. The whole pizza is rectangular, and then they cut it into rectangular slices, and then they put it like in this cardboard box. So it's kind of soggy. So the crust is kind of soggy, but for some reason, that makes it. I don't know, it's an enduring quality. I can't explain why. It's probably all the sugar. Oh, he doesn't trim his nails on purpose? I can't believe him. Like, I actually kind of, well, see. I do this so I can pull wires, cut wires, because I don't use my teeth anymore. Let's see, this should be ready. And then to the right. Pretty. %90 grease Detroit pizza. Rocky's was only given and went to the. Now, CK, I asked about the wire stripping tooth. Well, I don't know. I mean, I was dead serious about it, but the scientific explanation they gave me was that they wouldn't do it unless both teeth were implants, because they were worried about the shear force on a real tooth being less than that of a implanted tooth. So, like, if 2 teeth right above each other were both implants, I don't know. But then But then I'd already be down $8,000, so maybe I wouldn't even want to have a wire stripper. I mean, it's still on my bucket list. I think cool. So here's the TPU. So well, it's not like I was gonna get rid of my MakerBot anyway. How could I? It's kind of like when they're like, your R2 unit is a bit beat up. You want a new one? Not in your life. Me and that droid have been through a lot together. That's part of it, but also, it's it's older and slower, but that's fine with TPU, and the distance between the extruder gear thing and the distance between the extruder gear and the extruder is quite a short distance, which actually makes it really good for TPU. So yeah, I keep a roll of Ninja Flex in it pretty much all the time, and that's pretty much all it does. So yeah, all it does is it prints buttons, but yeah, it's been doing that for quite a few years. Also, I just have this obsession with like seeing how long I can keep old things working. Oh, time is at 9:13. I think I could get this done in another hour. Oh, what is tomorrow? Wednesday? Alright. You'll become like Jaws from James Bond. Do you like any newer movies? Oh. Well, I don't go to the movie theater very much anymore. I used to go all the time. I guess, yeah, it's weird, like, when you exit the Prime, or when you're about to exit the Prime demographic, you're like, huh, no wonder they don't care about me anymore. I like the second Avatar more than the first Avatar. Even though it was too long, I like how they ditched all the religious crap, and it was just more of a straightforward action movie. What else did I see? I saw Furiosa, a Mad Max tale. Mad Max Fury Road, I think, is the last best movie Hollywood made. I freaking love Mad Max Fury Road. I watch it like once a year. I even have the 3D 4K Blu-ray of it. Because I have one of those TVs that can do that. And yeah, I'm trying to think. But yeah, I actually don't sit down and watch a lot of movies anymore. I don't know why. It's probably like the same thing with video games. It's like I just don't want to. It's like I don't want to invest the time and stuff. So it's like I'll just play a couple hours of Warzone. It's what I know. I don't have to like collect flowers or climb towers. Yeah, because a lot of times you look on Netflix or something, and then you'll have like, what do they call it? The paralysis of choice, and it's like, oh, here's 10,000 stupid movies made by Netflix, all starring Ryan Reynolds. Which one should I watch? It's like, I don't know. And then you think back to like when you'd just be like shuffling through cable 20 years ago, and it'd be like, next up on Modern Marvels, the war machines of World War II. And then be like, ooh, that sounds cool. I guess I'm going to stop surfing. I'm going to watch this. Okay, so this is the ABXY here. See, that's what you're really paying for one of these controllers. You're paying me to do a lot of intricate soldering. Okay, so it looks like this one had the grounds tied together, so I will very lazily do the same thing. Yeah, the first, oh no, is it the Xbox? Yeah, some of the earliest, the Xbox 360 controllers actually used matrix buttons, which is kind of weird. Even in 2005, that's kind of weird. But since then, once the newer Xbox 360 controllers and everything since, they just, it's all TTL. Although on these, they have an I/O expander. See, right there. It's a NXP I2C IO expander. That way they can use fewer connectors between the boards, because they used to have 2 connectors, and those that connector probably costs more than that chip. So I know I say that endlessly, but it bears repeating. Yeah, I might need to get my peepers out for this. Can't wait for the next Ben Heck Indiana Jones preview and review. I still think they should make a college-age Indiana Jones. I mean, it worked for Star Trek. Well, until Into Darkness, at least. Yeah, Max and I used to talk about this. We even came up with the opening scene. So it would be like Indiana Jones is like, I don't know, he's like 20 or whatever. He's in college. And this would have been after he fought in World War I. Right, so it'd be like 1919. Anyways, so he goes to this party and he meets this girl. And, you know, they hit it off, and then they go back and they bang. And the next morning he's like, you know, I don't even know your last name. And she's like, oh, it's Ravenwood. And then he's like, oh, I have a professor named Ravenwood. And then she's like, Abner Ravenwood. And then they both go at the same time, oh no. And then Indy falls out of bed and he's like putting on his pants. And she's like, where are you going? I'm late for your father's class. Dun, 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 dun. Then he gets to the school. And then he's got like this chunky friend for some reason. His friend is chunky. And the friend starts saying, Indy, you're late. And then, of course, he points at him. Indiana Jones points at him. And then they go into the classroom, and there's like this woman there. That way you know it's not Abner, you know. And it's like a substitute teacher. So Abner, he's off on an adventure, and he's not in class, just like Indiana Jones. And then Indiana Jones has to go on an adventure to find him. So that was Max and I's opening scene for a college Indiana Jones movie. There you go, Lucasfilm. Just give me a call. Do the voice. What, the Indiana Jones voice? Would he sound like, he wouldn't sound like that when he was in college, would he? Everybody's lost but me. We were doing a reveal video for the new pinball machine I'm working on, and no, I'm not going to tell you the theme. But I'm in it because I'm the programmer, and for some, I don't know how it came up, but for some reason I started doing Sean Connery impressions. I don't know if any of them will make it into the trailer. Probably not, but they were filmed. Oh, I remember now. I had my design notebook as a prop, and then I hold it up to the camera, and I'm like, I wrote this in my diary, so I didn't have to remember. And then, of course, I talked about how if the notebook fell into the hands of Stern, their armies would march all over the earth or something. I mean, everybody thought it was really funny, but I highly doubt it makes it into the video. Well, there's a thematic reason why they chose Sean Connery. Steven Spielberg wanted to make a James Bond movie, but they do not let Americans direct James Bond movies. And that's one of the reasons why him and Lucas came up with Indiana Jones. Like, Indiana Jones is like the son of James Bond, or like the successor to James Bond. And so James Bond being his father is thematic in the creation of the character. Then in the 90s, remember, well, there are only 3 Indiana Jones movies, but they spent most of the 90s not making a 4th Indiana Jones movie, and I think, oh yeah, Kevin Costner was going to be his brother. Remember, back in the 90s, Kevin Costner was like the guy until he made... Hey, I think Waterworld holds up, but I think Postman really did him in. You dropped the bomb on me? Yeah. Let's see here. Alright, so this guy goes over here, and then Y goes to the far. That. I'll save you for later. Oh yeah, see here. There we go. All right, I won't make fun of. Okay, why does Review Bra not trim his nails? What's his reason? Is he stripping wires? I gotta be like, long nails on men I kind of find kind of gross, like, because, you know, they get dirt under them and stuff. Like, women at least keep their long nails. I don't know. Okay, it's just one of those things I irrationally kind of find gross. I mean, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but, you know, I don't know. It's just, I can't, you know, I can't help it if I find it gross. Let's see. A is the lower one, and Y is the middle. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Oh yeah, the whole middle part with his wife, which is like a huge part of the movie. Yeah, that movie was considered kind of sexist even when it came out in '94. But you had Bill Paxton. That was the peak of Bill Paxton. TP21, yes. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Only 3 Indiana Jones. Yeah, I got the Indiana Jones box set, and it came with 3 movies and a coaster. Oh, thanks, Jacob. Bud needs a full-length feature film. Yeah. Oh, I do want to make another Bud music. It is actually in my folder list of YouTube videos in progress. I'm still trying to decide between well, there's 3 possible songs. There's Kitten Prison, which would be like Folsom City Prison. Then there's He's Got Kristen Dunst Eyes, like She's Got Betty Davis Eyes, because like sometimes when he's looking dopey, his eyes look just like Kristen Dunst. Like, I kind of like that one because it's like the most eclectic. And the other one is Ace of Base, All That Bud Wants Is to Go to the Kitchen. Those are the 3 I'm considering. Although I kind of want to do the Kristen Dunst one because I just want to like work at all these pointless references to her movies. I just gotta find something that rhymes with melancholia. I mean, Small Soldiers and Elizabethtown, those are easy to rhyme. Oh, I actually worked a reference to Bring It. Oh, no. Never mind. I can't talk inside joke yet. You have a female orange cat? That's cool. The movie Mango with Nicolas Cage. No, I haven't seen Mandy. I've heard about it. You know, Bud had been he'd been behaving pretty good until this auto feeder thing changed. Yeah, like even like his nighttime routine had was pretty fine. But the auto, I mean, because when I first got him the auto feeder, he kind of had a bad attitude for a while, like towards me. And I'm guessing it's because I disassociated myself with the food. But now it's like, in the mornings, it's like, where's my food? Meow, 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 meow. Which isn't a big deal during the week, but like on the weekend where I want to try to sleep in until like 9:30, you know, luxurious. That's another reason I like a Doc Brown auto feeder. Yeah, Clint's house got kind of messed up, didn't it? And he just moved there not that long ago and put all his collection in there. Because he used to have a bunch of storage units. I would think the worst thing about that would be the water ingress after a giant hole's been poked in your roof. Yeah, Clint he wasn't at VCF this year. I guess he decided to switch it up. I think he came like the last few years. There we go. Clint's a pretty chill dude IRL. He's a nice guy. Actually, most of the work is behind us now. This is the time-consuming part. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, I probably just jinxed myself, didn't I? Okay, so we've got... This guy's got to go. So let's get the desoldering iron. Yeah, did Clint's house have a basement? Does North Carolina have basements? I don't know. Yeah, that's like when the Notre Dame Cathedral caught on fire. It's not just the building. There's all sorts of like holy artifacts inside of it, and yeah, I think they saved most of it, but yeah, that's half of it right there. It's not just the structure. Of course, all these are on the wrong side. Of course! Crashing this aircraft! No, I did not see the Borderlands movie. If I only go to see like 3 movies a year, I'm definitely not going to go see that. It's probably not even a good bad movie. I kind of wanted to see Madam Web because I heard it was crap, but I did not. Although Max told me, I think Max watched it. He said that it was, I can't remember what he said. He said it was a pretty good bad movie, but it wasn't like amazing or anything. I mean, I just knew it was going to be a piece of crap, or she was like, he was with my mother when she died in the Amazon researching spiders. It's like, oh man, this movie's going to be terrible. I am building a single-handed controller for someone that ordered one, and I'm trying to do it using all the spare controller parts I have laying around, although they'll have to be from the same model year. Unlike that Johnny Cash song. So I gotta put this Hall effect sensor back. I finally got to play a scene with Neville Sinclair. It wasn't lies, Jenny. It was acting. Oh, we already got that back. Yeah, that's right. All right, so we'll just put in. Look at all these, and that was before I started just doing this. So these were from before I was doing this. So I would buy through-hole Hall effect sensors from DigiKey or whatever. But then I stopped. I did this so I could just use the existing sensor. See, it should be self-explanatory. So yeah, I'll just take the sensor off this, put it on one of these, and then stick it through. But I only started doing that probably like in 2022, I want to say. Why'd they make a Borderlands movie in 2024? Like, it's like that joke from The Simpsons. Why retire now, Krusty? Why not 15 years ago? I think they did like a Borderlands movie like in 2014 maybe. I think more people would have gave a crap. I mean, let's face it, Borderlands is not Mario. I mean, it was good. Oh, I missed one. Oh, it's a file. Now, there's like this theory when Borderlands came out, because that was the same time when Modern Warfare 2 came out, and all these games like got out of the way of Modern Warfare 2, and it actually like kind of created a dearth of games. And Borderlands actually came out, so it was like, oh, now here's a game. It was weird, like the first Borderlands, like that was one game where, like, for whatever reason, everyone on my Xbox 360 friends list played that game. It's like any time if I wanted to play, well, or you know, in the evening, if I was like, oh, I want to play Borderlands, there's always someone playing it. I don't usually do it this way. They shrunk the vias on the 2020 model, so you got to be more careful not to burn them and make them come loose. That computer is, I think it's on its last legs. Oh no, Circular Tonic. Eli Roth has made a lot of movies. He just hasn't made a lot of like super good movies. He was the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards. He's been around. Oh, he did Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving. He's been around a while, but I don't know. You just think like they finally made some successful video game movies, so they're probably greenlighting video game movies like mad behind the scenes. So we're probably going to get worse ones now because there's going to be so many coming. Yeah, Ubisoft's market cap for a company of that size is actually pretty insane. They have a lot of employees. So it's a really big company. It's bigger than people realize. They're kind of like Rockstar. They just go around the world like buying all these other studios and then calling them like Ubisoft, wherever. They also did a lot of expansion into the Eastern Europe, probably because it's cheaper. I think there's even a Ubisoft Ukraine. Come on. Ugh, see this part, it's like, oh, it's slower. Ubisoft has bought a lot of my controller monitors over the years. They're probably like one of the better customers. Like them, Activision, Rockstar used to buy a lot of them. But yeah, I've sent those things to like all sorts of Ubisofts all over the world. Well, I'm sorry, Ubisoft. No. Because Ubisoft is ubiquitous software. So it'll be Ubisoft. Ubiquitous. I was kind of interested in that Far Cry and Cuba game. But then I heard it wasn't that great, so I didn't get it. I played through the one with the religious wackos though. That one was pretty good. All right. Good. So this guy, this is the B button. So the B button's on a different layer. So it goes over here. You know, Andy, it seems like, yeah, like, for whatever reason, that Fallout show resonated with non-fans. Which is kind of weird, because it's, you know, it's kind of a sort of weird show. But, I don't know. I guess people just like post-apocalyptic stuff. It's like zombies, you know, part of the appeal of zombies is it's like this fantasy of like, oh, I don't like my neighbor down the road, so zombies is a fantasy of like, oh, my neighbor's a zombie, now I can, you know. Deep down, that's a big part of it. I don't think Frank Darabont's ever going to say it in an interview, but I will. Okay, we need a cap. How about... yeah, I'll give it red. It'll spice up this black controller a little bit. Texas vegan atheist CrossFitter. Yeah. Wait, Texas vegan atheist cross. Yeah. The Texas vegan atheist CrossFitter would definitely live in Austin. Oh, I need the headphone jack. Texas has the best steaks in all of America. I mean, I don't eat them because I'm vegan, but I swear to God, who I don't believe in, they're the best. Did I miss anything? Also, I like CrossFit. There you go. That's the whole spiel. Oh, okay. So for anyone who doesn't get the joke, Texas vegan atheist CrossFitter is like all of these things that if you do them or you're from them, you always let people know, like, oh, I'm from Texas. Oh, I'm a vegan. So you put them all together. And then you become super annoying. It's like, yes, no, you're from Texas and you're a vegan. Shut up. You need like a theme song like Texas vegan atheist CrossFitter. By my annoying powers combined, I am annoying. Also, meat is murder. I just do CrossFit because I like it. I mean, I'm already super fit because I, well, don't eat meat. Oh my God, this guy is annoying. Oh, state income tax? What's that? Don't have that in Texas. What? Your state lets you buy beer on a Sunday? Well, I don't drink beer, so I don't care. I'm vegan. Vegan? Texas vegan atheist. Oh, Arch Linux user. Oh God. Yeah, perfect. Come on, 9:47. That joystick desoldering took me longer than I thought. Do 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 do. I had someone ordering one of these ask me, can I select what color it is? And I'm like, no. Because whatever colors they're selling at Best Buy or Amazon are usually completely random. Like for some reason a white one costs more than a black one. I mean, that's not where I got this one from, but... Yeah, because right now on Amazon, because I was using an Amazon gift card earlier to buy some random crap. Because since I'm Uncle Capitalism... My niece was like, Uncle Ben, I want an Amazon gift card for my birthday. And I'm like, I'll buy one with points. Other people will buy you a present. Oh, evil. I gotta mail that to her tomorrow. Oh, anyway, so I was on, well, I think it was Prime Day, wasn't it? Or one of the Prime days. And yeah, I think they had these black controllers. I think it was like $43, which is a pretty good price. The thing I like about Xbox, they don't charge you $1 million for their controllers. Nintendo and Sony are crazy. All right. Oh wait, this trigger's on the wrong side. Damn it. They're all on the wrong side. This one's on the right side, and by that I mean it's on the left. I don't know, it looks pretty chunky. What was going on here? What was I doing? Oh, crap. Screw it, I'll just do a new one. Hey look, I can make an Oreo controller. Nice. Let's get this controller out onto a tray. Oh, I better have one of these or else I'm really pissed. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you want a red and white, right? That's, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, come on! Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, wait, I need one more. There we go. Should totally have a beer about it. I don't think I have any beers left, Hired Goon. I will probably have some tomorrow because it's hump day. This guy. This is exactly like McDonald's. Uh-oh, I'm almost down to no springs. No springs for you. You know these springs from McMaster Car are one of the most expensive parts in this now. So I've been cutting them in half. Hashtag recession. And stretching them out. What's the next bit? It is 2.5 millimeters. What's caught in this bit? What is that? I've had this screwdriver for 39 years. Yeah, it's a Radio Shack Archer screwdriver. Made in Japan. I guess it does look kind of orange. It used to be red. Yeah, it's weird. It's like my hair, it's becoming desaturated. Guess we do need one of these after all. And we'll need a 3-banger wire. Oh wait, is that a 3-banger? Is it long enough? Oh yeah, it should be fine. Come on. Happy little clouds. There we go. Oh wait, I gotta be like the videos. After I say happy little clouds, I have to say, I have been present for the birth of every creature on this island. Do 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 do. Ah, damn it. I really wish they would make a reboot of Jurassic Park and make it more like the original book. The original book was so much more violent and cool. It definitely would be an R-rated film. Like the old guy who runs the park, dead. Ian Malcolm, dead. Everyone, the kids, not in it. It's much better. That chick is probably an Arch Linux chick now. Wait, were the kids in the book? I can't remember. I actually read the book before the movie came out, believe it or not. So when I saw the movie, I'm like, this is kind of not as cool. See, imagine like you're a 17-year-old, or yeah, 17-year-old like Arnold Schwarzenegger fan who's watched T2 10,000 times, and see a movie where all these dinosaurs are running around and people are holding guns, and nobody's like, why don't we just shoot the dinosaurs? And it's like, yeah, why don't you? It's like, oh, I'm gonna go out there and get that dinosaur. And he like slowly walks toward the bush, and he's like, I think only just now will I unfurl the stock of my gun. Oh, there's a dinosaur right next to me. I guess I'm dead. I think all the same characters were in the book. It's just that a lot more of them died. And like Ian Malcolm was more of like an old professor dude instead of like a rock star mathematician or whatever he was supposed to be in that movie. Do 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 do. What was the last one? Like, yeah, I thought what was it? Jurassic World. I didn't like Jurassic World. The second one, Fallen King, was so stupid. I thought it was good. We actually watched that for a bad movie night. It was great. It's like at the end, the blue dinosaur was like jumping around and doing like WWE moves. The evil dinosaur. It's like, this is so dumb. It's good. It's so stupid. It's like, aim this gun at whoever you want to kill, and the dinosaur will kill them. It's like, or you could just shoot them. It's like so stupid. But it was so stupid, it was good. And the third one was just stupid. So you could tell they really wanted, the third one, you could tell they really wanted to do like a Bill Gates plot. And then they just, well, the guy was meant to look like Tim Cook, but they obviously wanted to do a Bill Gates like, well, you know, if you know, you know. But then I don't know, maybe they like chickened out. It's like, why is this dinosaur movie about giant grasshoppers? I guess it was cool they brought back the old people. Yeah, the bad guy in Jurassic Dominion, they made him look like Tim Cook, but yeah, it was yeah. Let's see. I need a 440. Oh, yeah, I got one more bit change. But yeah, that's what I would like to see is like a reboot. Like that. And like that. And clunk. Nice. Yeah, that's what I thought, Andy. Was it the second one where the Bluey, Chris Pratt's pet dinosaur Bluey, gets shot? It's like, yeah, so you've seen all these dinosaurs, all these Jurassic Park movies. It's kind of like the Holdo maneuver in Last Jedi. So we've seen all these Jurassic Park movies where no one bothers to shoot a dinosaur. And then in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, one 9mm shot nearly kills a raptor. It's like, why didn't we do this before? It kind of breaks it, right? You know, like, I would just love to see someone unload on a T-Rex, and then the T-Rex, like, eats them all, but then at the end it dies in slow motion. It's like, and then, like, Alan Grant runs up and says, no! And then you see the dinosaur falling in slow motion. Cut to someone crying. They cut to the person lowering the gun, realizing what they've done. There you go. That's the Jurassic World I want to see. Okay, you know what scene really bothered me in Jurassic Park World? The first one? The first whatever it was, from like 10 years ago or 9 years ago. It's like these, of course, stupid kids show up at the park. And then Bryce Dallas Howard is like, oh, my niece and my nephew are here, my whatever. But I'm too much of an important businesswoman to hang out with my niece and nephew, so I'm going to make my assistant watch them. And so that's what happens. So like the assistant's like, oh, I lost track of your kids. And God, this sounds like my my Last Jedi review kind of. But it's like, well, Bryce Dallas Howard, she was the one who was supposed to watch the kids and then doesn't watch the kids. But then near the end of that movie, the assistant who was supposed to watch the kids, she has like this over-the-top, really brutal death, like that big water dinosaur eats her. And it's like, what did that character do to deserve that? And the answer is she didn't. Like, if anything, Bryce Dallas Howard, because again, if it was like a movie 30 years ago, it would have been like, oh, look, here is the family member who's a douchebag. They're the ones who get punished. Like, maybe they don't get eaten by a dinosaur, but they at least get turned into a giant pile of crap like Bill Paxton in Weird Science. Yeah, that bothered me. That's like, this makes no sense. And you know, that director was supposed to direct the third Star Wars movie for Disney. Colin Trevorrow. So they're like, oh yeah, we need someone who really subverts expectations. We better get Colin Trevorrow as well. Because, I don't know. Non-nuclear missiles. Yeah. Okay, in Jurassic World or whatever the first one was with Bryce Dallas Howard, they do mention like, we can't shoot the dinosaurs. They cost like $10 million each. Oh, what about that part in the second one where they had stupid dinosaur auction? Like, what was that about? That was so dumb. Actually, no, Roger Ebert had a term he would use. He called it the idiot plot. And it's a movie where if all the characters aren't idiots, the movie would be resolved in like 5 minutes. And I guess in a way, so like, yeah, so if you let people in Jurassic Park just shoot the dinosaurs, then there wouldn't be a movie. There we go. Shoot her! Nah, we're not going to do it. Shoot her! I don't really feel like it. Mr. Hammond, you do realize you're facing a lawsuit because you didn't shoot her! Yes. My client is filing a wrongful death lawsuit because this guy refused to shoot a dinosaur. These creatures are precious creatures from Jurassic Park. Yeah, well, you know, this guy had like, you know, a wife and 2 kids and well, they're on welfare now. And that's why we're suing you. It's worth it. I'll spare no expense fighting this in court. It's 10 o'clock. Alright, so what is it, the 2-hour mark? Okay. I gotta wrap this up. Is the audio still lagging? I mentioned that early on. Oh yeah, Andy, you just made me think of another scene. Okay, so in Jurassic World, yeah, the first one. Remember how Chris Pratt's commanding officer was, I think it was Vincent D'Onofrio, wasn't it? And so for some reason, near the end of that movie, Chris Pratt goes up and punches his commanding officer. He's like, because I've yeah, use the dinosaurs to go into caves and get terrorists. Every problem would be solved with guns. Oh, YouTube probably isn't gonna like what you're talking about guns. Ah, screw them. Red here. No. Well, I mean, the military would build robots before they would do that. It's just so dumb. It doesn't make sense, you know. It doesn't fit. At least in Jurassic Park 1, it's like, oh, let's a theme park with dinosaurs, and yeah, that makes sense. All right, almost done. Oh. Well, yeah, okay. So in World, yes, they were training the dinosaurs military assets so they could go into caves and like kill terrorists. It's stupid. War, but they don't even think about, well, wouldn't the terrorists just, you know, take out their guns and shoot them? Man, we just keep coming back to that. You know, I talk about this a lot in my video that I'm working on. Like in The Last Jedi, in that opening scene with those, it's so stupid because it's like, oh, George Lucas was talking about World War II for Star Wars, so let's put some World War II stuff in this movie. Let's put bombers in it, and they don't even think you wouldn't use bombers in space. This is so stupid. Yeah, they put this stuff in, but they don't think about why it's there. And that's why a lot of these movies suck. It's like they do like... Well, I think that's like an overarching problem with like Disney Star Wars is like they just copy stuff from Star Wars, whereas George Lucas copied from like a wide stuff. You know, and Flash Gordon and Seven Samurai and Hero's Journey and Buddhism. Disney just rips off Star Wars. George Lucas is the person he ripped off. That's why like this inbred like Star Wars. That's all it does. It just looks like Star Wars. It's kind of like how Dan Aykroyd, he writes Ghostbusters, but he's also like a complete conspiracy nut. Ghosts, aliens, Men in Black, astral projection, everything. And so he writes a very authentic script about it. And that helps the movie. And George Lucas, you know, he's like a story nut. You know, he was like BFF hanging out with Joseph Campbell all the time. He was like... almost slavishly follows Hero's Journey. So like it's like you know what it's like? It's like when you go on GitHub and you get some code that you need for a project and you're like, okay, I don't know how the code works. All that I know is that it works. And that's what Disney Star Wars is like, where it's like, well, Star Wars, and I guess versus like George Lucas, he actually knew why stories work, like at a deep, deep psychological level. And that's why, you know, that's why the prequel trilogy has aged really well. All right, just a few minutes. I gotta find one of these. White. Oh, did that cut out? Oh, okay. Oh no, I was talking about like in the old days, you'd have like Dan Aykroyd writing Ghostbusters, and Dan Aykroyd is like ghost thing and think of. There's like this. I think he was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about the ghost nighttime scene in Ghostbusters, and he's like, I was buying a mansion in Beverly Hills. If anyone has ever died in your house, it must be disclosed at the time of the sale. It sounds like he's the case character from Dragnet, and this is just him normally talking. And of course, he's like, well, this house had a murder, so I knew that this house could potentially have ghosts. As I was sleeping, I felt a presence next to me in bed. It spooned up to me, and I could tell it was a male presence. And I lived in a haunted house. And he, or this other one, I don't know what he was on another thing, but he was talking about. Oh God, what was it? He was talking about being on Saturday Night Live and then smoking a cigarette with Britney Spears in the back alley, and then Men in Black came after him. But anyway, he's perfect to write a Ghostbusters movie because he's balls deep in that stuff. And you know, I'm sure nobody that wrote the reboot of Ghostbusters is crazy. I was saying thing with George Lucas. George Lucas is like a story nut. You know, he actually thinks about like the deep philosophy of story rather than like mystery boxes, and you know, it was just Star Wars, you know, done over. Okay, make sure this goes in here. Oh, the audio is dropping out. The laptop doesn't appear. Okay, I'm superstitious. I'm only going to put one screw in before I test it. I'm gonna make it worse. I'm gonna plug this controller into the computer. Ah! She's like, kill me! Yeah, Mickey my connection. That South Park episode. Oh, kill me! Oh, I'm gonna destroy your stream! Ah! Oh, good. All right, I can test it. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Come on. Turn on. Here we go. Wake up, little Susie. This laptop's like, kill me. Oh crap, there's a problem with the D-pad. What did I do? Did I? Oh crap. Oh man, I hooked up the wrong ground on the D-pad. Everything else seems to work. You cursed the audio by saying it got better. Yeah. Darn it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Computer. But I have like a big piece. That's a lap. I don't have a big piece. Yeah, I think Christmas when yeah, the last stream, I think I couldn't even get my laptop to run. Oh, and it's using software video helping. Ah, poop. Poopy butthole. All this together. Poop. I jinxed myself by saying it was almost over. Ow, that was kind of hot. Yeah, darn it. That one, I mean, that one is, okay, so that means I have to, this it's just a jinx-a-palooza. Oh wait, the second and third one, fourth and I need to replace. I can go up there. Happy little clouds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh no, that's 1, 2. Oh, okay, so. Oh, okay, yeah, 4, 5 would be right. Okay, so yeah. So this one. It's hard to think of this backwards because I'm so used to doing it forwards. That's 2. So that one's ground one I just removed. Oh, I'm sure this is gonna not quite reach because God hates me. Yes, this would be. Okay, yeah, that's 2. She said, Dolores, I live in fear. My love for you so overpowering, I'm afraid I might disappear. Sliding away, slip sliding away. I need peepers because my vision is slip sliding away. Darn it. If you had to attach a retro console to an Xbox controller, how about the Atari 800 computer? My favorite. Oh, this is hard with the peepers because you're really only looking through one lens, so it's not in stereo. From my hometown, he wore his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. Oh, that's what I get. Oh yeah, I watched the new Well, I mean, there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies, but I do recall seeing some sort of movie that was a facsimile of Indiana Jones. It wasn't as bad as some people said, but it also wasn't that good. The 4th Indiana Jones movie, which also doesn't exist, was better, I would think. Oh, come on. What is... Close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades. Oh god, I'm turning into a boomer. How do I use computers? Ah! Cartman, don't you think it's weird that you were ripping on gingers? And now you are a ginger? No, I don't think that's weird at all. Bud, what are you doing over there? This is why you measure twice and cut once. Hey, Bud, wake up. Come here, Bud. Bud. Well, that's why we test it. Bud, are you gonna come say hi to the camera? Are you a sleepy cat? I mean, he's right over there behind the furnace. I can just go Well, let me finish this first. 10:30. All right, I'm definitely to the point where it's like, this has gone on too long. It should have been done by now. Of course, rambling to the chat probably is part of the problem. It's all my fault. Where's the other screw? Oh no, how will I ever find another screw? That looks like one. That looks like the cup of a carpenter. Come on. If I only had Arch slide scanner coming along. It's a 8mm film scanner, actually. Well, you know, speaking of Linux, the project that we were using, because this guy I know was helping me out with it. The guy who originally designed the project, he did it in, oh God, how does it work? He had it on the Raspberry Pi 4, and his code was written in Python, and it used the Pi camera library, but then if you get the new version of the OS, what, these are all the same, oh, seriously? If you get the new version of the OS, it uses the lib camera library, which strangely enough does not have a Python wrapper exposed. Doesn't have a Python API, I think. I don't know exactly. It was something like that. So I was like, oh, I'll just reprogram it using computer vision and C++ on the Raspberry Pi 5. And I was basically just trying to start over. Yeah, there was all sorts of videos like Python, OpenCV, libcamera. There was like at least 3 different. Seriously, every one of these is the same side. How is that possible? Even this one's the same side. What the heck is going on? Some sort of like Rumpelstiltskin taking everything? I kind of need one of those. Make sure this works. Yep. Oh, I've got endless battery doors. That's not a problem. Maybe if I look in this box again, one will magically appear. Oh! They ended up in the switch box for some reason. Okay. Oh, that's a righty. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, are you serious? Do I not have any lefty shafts? see, righty, lefty. Righty. Oh, you guys can hear that? Yes, basement toilet for the win. And I didn't wash my hands. Oh, what's the chances this person's watching this, right? Don't tell anyone. Yeah, of all the times for the audio to not clip. Damn it, that was my plan all along. I'm surprised you could hear that. It's like on the other side of the basement. I guess it must be echoey. Damn it, you know what? I should have aimed at the inside of the bowl, you know, that old trick? Yeah. Peach roller. I didn't get any pee on my hands. Jesus, I'm not that old. Like, oh, I can hardly hold it anymore. I'm old. I still need an analog stick. 1140. Oh, God. Oh, this one's been savaged. Hey, Bud, wake up. Wake up, Bud. This one says it's a lefty. They teach us not to piss on... Well, I hope he wouldn't piss on your hands. Don't worry, I will grab Bud before I log off. Bud, are you still over there sleeping? Did you catch Ben's stream? It's not your amount of bit rate, it's how you use it.
Ugh. Seriously? Ugh.
It's the night of the curse.
Curse Night. The sequel to Fright Night. Watch out behind you, night trap. Do-do-do-do-do. Them and going away. You'll be caught in the night. Night trap. Hey, Bud, are you going to become a YouTube star? Bud's going to become the iJustine of cats. Like this. No, wait, no. Give it a twist. Yep. There we go.
Is that really a left-handed controller if you only have one hand? What do you mean by that? Oh, I love the color combination you picked, Ben. Oh, thanks. It was completely at random. What? Doctor, after this surgery, will I be able to play piano? Of course! Good, because I couldn't before. Ugh. Ah, 10:47? Oh, man. Maybe YouTube is cursing me. The OnlyFans store. Come on. Wake up, calibration program. Hello? Hello? What the heck is going on now? I always thought it'd be cool to have like, what the? Oh my god! I think this controller is cursed because I'm filming it. Ooh! I also thought it'd be cool to have a wig shop and call it the Heir Apparent. Like, you know, heir to the throne. You'll be caught in the night. Night trap. Oh man. Like a little bit of time before I have to go to bed. That'd be nice. No, you had to be Quaid. Windows sound again? Oh yeah, I was plugging in controllers and stuff. You'll be caught in the night. You'll be caught in the night. Night trap. Oh, here's another Windows sound for your movie, kid. Watch out behind you, night trap. Oh, what? Oh. This analog stick is all sticky. Oh my god. This controller must have been built on a Mothman Indian burial ground. Oh, what's left? Ah, where is... Jeez, do I even have any analog sticks left? There's gotta be something left. Why do I keep all this? Wow, you could build 100 controllers with that box. Oh, analog sticks have all been scavenged. Alright, well, there's one thing I can do. There's one thing I can do. Hope the guy who bought this controller never sees this video. Well, yeah, that's one of the things. Really don't want to see how this sausage is made. Okay, lefty, lefty, uppy. Oh, no. Yes. Well, no. And yes. I think you've had that ring long enough. No, it's my ring. Bilbo Baggins, do not take me for a super fan of Cheap Trick. I want you to want me. You want it for yourself! Ugh, looks like this one's already been to the ringer. Okay, I'm gonna back up. Backups of the backups. Backup. Quato. Yeah, I'll get him here in a second. I mean, he pretty much looks the same. I mean, maybe he'll lose some weight since I'm only going to give him exactly how many calories that he needs. Although the vet told me that number last year, and then I remembered it within 10 calories, so I was kind of impressed with myself for that. Alright, I'll go get him while the desoldering iron heats up. Bud! Where are you, Bud? Oh, there you are. You are large. Are you the biggest cat ever? Do you want to be on OnlyFans? Oh, look how big you are. You're mega! Oh, let's see. Hello? Oh yeah, my let's see. Now it still says it's using the overhead mic. Oh man, I can't get it. Did it ever switch scenes on your end? It didn't on my end. It works when the camera points this way. Sorry, I'm kind of doubly frustrated by that and this project. This controller's definitely gone into overtime. It's overtime. Oh, so it did switch over? It wouldn't update on my side. Or at least on my screen. Maybe I could log into my phone. And yes, I haven't gotten a haircut all year. At first I was like, I should get a haircut. Then I was kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like how crazy it looks. What is it, bud? What is it? Do you want a turkey treat? Oh, you are orange. Meow. Are you tired? Are you tired after your long day of sleeping? Oh, thanks, Netbug. Actually, yeah, I've had a couple friends say they like it too. Although it is pretty long. What the heck? I swear this thing is cursed because I'm broadcasting it. Natty blood. Yeah, my the red in my hair has been going away as I get older, which is fine by me. Although it hasn't gone gray yet, so that's cool, I guess. It's like the Twilight Zone. God's like, you will not go gray until you're over 50 years old. Yes! But you'll be a ginger. No! What the frick is wrong with this? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Does this camera work? Is the overhead still transmitting? Yes or no? Ugh. Seriously, this project is cursed. Alright, well if the overhead works, I think I can fit Bud in there. Bud, do you think you can fit on this table? Come here. I'm gonna pick you up. Look how big you are. You're the biggest cat in the neighborhood. Alright. You barely fit on the screen. Meow. Oh, look how big you are. Yeah. Here. Take the whole desk. Are you a whiny cat? Oh. Oof. Let's get this cat out onto a tray. Nice. All right, so in this video, we're going to show you how to modify your cat. We're going to overclock the cat and put in a new processor. But really the most important thing to remember is squish that cat. Just squish that cat. You don't really have to worry about hurting a cat. So just squish it. And now we've made friends with this nice little cat. Oh, you never come up here. What is this place? What is this bench? Oh, I've got you now. I'm going to flip you over. Meow. Oh, all right. Say goodbye. All right. Ugh. Over there now. Ugh. What is it? Oh, thanks for the super chat. Does he lick the air when you scratch his spine? No, I've never seen him do that. Yeah, I know, but I'm done. Poor Bud. Bud, maybe we could catch that stray cat in the neighborhood. And that could be your new brother or sister or whatever it is. It's a feral, just like you once were. Does he arch his back? Yeah, I guess. He stretches a lot. He'll like see me in the stretch, which I guess is a cat thing. I think I'm just about ready to throw in the towel on this. Maybe I'll finish tomorrow or something. This has been like, I don't know, something cursed about this controller. I think I distracted myself with the streaming. Seriously? Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, thanks for the super chat. I can't go on. There's too much dust.
Come on.
I feel like I'm a Greek guy, like pushing a bull up a hill or whatever that was. Kratos? Zeus. Yeah, Sisyphus. Yeah, that's right. Did Kratos ever kill him? He killed everybody else. Oh, for God's sake, this is... Oh, man. You need a beer? Yeah, I do. I think it's a little too late for one, though. Alright, I think I'm going to end this stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I just, man, this thing has got just so many problems. It just feels cursed. But, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the super chats. I'm glad we at least got Bud on there a little bit, so everyone could see Bud. I'm sure as soon as I turn off the camera, the rest of this, or, well, this is the last part, but I'm sure it'll go just fine once the cursed camera is off. Yep. Oh, seriously? All right, we'll see y'all later.